Hey guys, Uncle Ray. Welcome to another episode of the Crypto Bellwether. I don't always tell you what you want to hear, but I tell you what you need to hear to make an informed decision. Now guys, there's so much hype in the crypto community about a lot of different projects, and I try my best not to be biased, and I try to give you real information, both good and bad. And sometimes it's hard to deliver the bad news. I don't like to hear it, but in this case, this is nothing but good news. It comes straight from the source, so you don't have to listen to me. Listen to the developers that are on the front line, because they are saying stuff like we are firing on all cylinders, or the wind is at our backs. I mean, they are excited about HBAR, and they just stated that it was their biggest month in history. And it's not just because of price or anything like that. It's across the board when you look at everything and the momentum that they have. Now, I'm going to give you a clip from one of the developers, because I've been listening to a lot of podcasts, and guys, it's not fun. I don't like listening to developers talk. They talk over my head. I can't understand exactly why they're so excited, but I will tell you this, guys. In a bear market, which this is brutal, when you've got developers, and I'm talking about the whole ecosystem, not just developers, the founders, the people that are building the major corporations, the governing board, when they're all excited about HBAR, you got to get excited, because I'm going to tell you this, guys. This is not financial advice, but in 2022, it's brutal, and we know we're in a bear market. We're in a recession, not only in America, but worldwide, and it's only going to get worse. But what you want to see is exactly what HBAR did in 2022. It pushed forward, put their head down. They're growing and growing and growing their ecosystem. They're throwing money into everything. They're firing on all cylinders. And I stole that from one of the developers. Now, they're firing on all cylinders. DeFi, gaming, NFTs, the layer zero capabilities, tokenization, you name it. Hedera is starting to put those pieces together, and they're waking up the rest of the world. And corporate America, which is what you want to see, is getting behind HBAR. Now, I'm going to give you a clip of one of the developers, and you can listen to what he has to say. And then I'm just going to ramble on and tell you, for the most part, why everyone's so excited. And then we'll take a look at the chart. So let's get into it.
And so I'd like to think that, we've got to have this amazing council. We've also got more members to come, but we've also got transactions on Ledger that we can point at to show real world utility at scale. We're the first Ledger to really prove that we can handle that throughput at scale. And, hopefully that now means that other big enterprises will look at us and go, okay, the proof is in the pudding. It's like, they're not just saying it, they're not just touting it, they're not just shilling it. Here it is, here are the ledgers, here's the ledger, here's the transactions, here's the payment. So yeah, I think really these three things have come together for us, and the momentum behind us right now feels brilliant. So yeah, the wind is very much in our sails. It feels great. There's a fantastic momentum behind us. As we know, there's more GC members to come at some point. There's new use cases to come out. We've got our eyes on the coupon bureau, this kind of stuff. So yeah, really excited how, we're on January the 20th, for God's sake.
Yeah.
Oh man, it's like, I just can't comprehend how fast this month's gone, how much has gone through it. I mean, yeah, I think it's probably definitely our best month on record. Well, undoubtedly our best month on record across the boards, TPS, accounts, presence, news coverage, announcements, fantastic.
Now think about that, guys. We are in a bear market, and we're starting 2023, and this is their best month on record. Well, here's one of the biggest reasons he's so excited. And I have to tell you, the reason I like to listen to developers, I learn so much. I really don't want to know all the stuff that I end up knowing on the development side and about code and stuff, but it does matter and it makes me a better investor, definitely long term. Now, none of this is probably going to move the needle short term, but guys, it's growing and growing and building in the Hedera ecosystem. Now, here's what they're so excited about. And I wasn't really aware, I kind of was, but I never sat down and thought about it. But you know, when you talk about speed and capability, well, guys, that's kind of theoretical across the board. Like you go, oh, we have the best tech. No matter what project it is, we can do this, we can do that, we can do this, we can scale, we have the fastest, the biggest, the baddest. Well, here's the thing. Well, that is in theory, and in your test net, it was probably true. But as you know, people are brutal in the crypto community when you say something, it needs to be validated. Well, you can't put it to the test until it's on the main net in real world. So when you say we can do, 10,000 trades per second, well, when you go live, you're not doing 10,000 trades per second. That doesn't mean you can't. It just means you can't prove it factually that you've done it in real world application. So that's what they are so excited about. Now, I wish they would have shared who this corporate giant is, but it's one of the corporations that's on the governing council. Well, they have a use case, a project that they've created. Now, they didn't mention the name, but they are doing so many transactions, it's mind-blowing, which is awesome. So they've been able to stress test the Hashgraph protocol, right? So right now, they are doing like 8,000 and 8,700 transactions per second documented. Now, don't quote me on these numbers. You can quote me on that one because I'm trying to do most of this by memory. I did jot down a few things, but I can't read it when I talk. But anyway, guys, the speed and scalability that they're clocking right now is off the charts. It's bigger than anyone. And I do know this number. They did like 330 million transactions in the last week. That is 10% of what Hedera has done since inception, and they have done more than anyone. Now, one of the guys, and don't hate on me, Cardano holders, I own Cardano as well, but he made a joke. He said, we did more transactions in the last week documented than Cardano has done since inception. And that's why everyone is so excited because, all those use cases and all those statements that we can do this, that Hashgraph is better and it's scalable and et cetera, well, they are documenting that right now. And that's why everyone is so excited among a lot of different reasons. Davos was a absolute success. They spent a lot of money. They got a really key area so that they could bring in the big boys of the world, the movers and shakers, and show them what Hedera is all about. They had a lot of great demos. They had some of the power players like Bank of America and the Swiss bank, and they had a lot of really key. Bear with me, guys. I'm losing it. They had a lot of key speakers that are power players in crypto, so they were really excited about that. And a lot of the use cases that are coming out are going to come out in 2023 that some of those big governing bodies have been working on. And that's another reason they're excited. Now, check this out, guys. This is called Bank Social. Now, I'm not familiar with these guys, but they're coming out with their own stablecoin on Hedera. But here's one of the big things that they are all excited about. And again, guys, this is coming from the developer, so it goes over my head, and I didn't get, spend the 10 hours to go down the rabbit hole to understand everything. But here's the gist of it. They have basically created an avenue where they can onboard people into Hedera through their bank. You can basically say, hey, I want to buy $1,000 worth of Hedera, and they can transfer it from your account, or they can take it from your credit card. They will custody it for you and then send it to you into your private wallet. So they'll do everything for you as simple as humanly possible, but then they don't have access to your money. So basically, all the things you need to do to get money into, say, cold storage, they do it for you and transfer it to you. That's really exciting. I can't wait till everything gets simplified. Because, guys, I spread the word everywhere I go. That's why I started this channel about Bitcoin and crypto and everything. And when someone says, well, how do I do it? I don't have a 2-second answer. It's like, well, go find an app. And I don't want to recommend like exchanges because of the risk. But I can't wait till it's simplified, and it's coming, guys. With these custodial corporations that sit on top of these banks, that's the future for the masses. And that's when you're going to see adoption and everything else explode. Now, here's another project that everyone is excited about. And guys, I think this is going to be a mover. This is going to be a powerhouse, because we all know about ESG and stuff like that, and carbon credits, and there's a lot of different options. But here's the difference with this one. This one sits on Hedera. Now, first of all, one of the developers mentioned that there was a survey by like a university that studied the Hedera ecosystem, and they said that the entire Hedera ecosystem uses about the resources that an average house uses in a year. That's the entire ecosystem. So here's the reason I think this is going to be such a powerhouse protocol or project, is because what they do is all these corporations and even some of these blockchains, they're going to have to basically pay for the damage you do to the climate. So that, if you take a jet from, Atlanta to California, you're probably going to have to plant 2 trees, and you're going to have to document all that. Well, here's the reason I think Hedera is going to be so successful in that arena, is because, first of all, the payment structure is better than anyone, because it's like 0.0001. So it's a fraction of a penny, and that doesn't change. It's the only blockchain that I'm aware of that exactly what it's going to cost you. Doesn't matter if Hedera rallies or pulls back. Corporate America know that here are my fees, and that is huge. But the other reason is, if when you are arguably the most energy efficient layer 1 out there, the world's going to want to use that. Why would you use one that is less energy efficient when the whole purpose is to tell everyone that they need to use less energy? So guys, I think this is going to be a powerhouse. Now again, not financial advice, and that's called Solid World. Now, look at that chart, guys. Get you some of that. If that doesn't excite you, I don't know what does. Now, for me, I'll be honest, I own Hedera. I like Hedera. I have multiple bags that I'm going to stack and unfold in different ways over time. But guys, I'm not going to FOMO into this whatsoever. For me, I'm looking to take some profits, because, when everyone was crying and talking about, that the crypto market was over, well, I kept stacking. So I'm actually taking some profits. I'm not telling anyone to, but I'm pretty sure, this is my opinion, that chart right there is not going to look like that, whether it be this coming week, because we got a lot of numbers coming out, or next month. But no matter what, this is 100% my opinion, and I want you to write it down so that you'll know in the future whether I have a clue or I don't. I really do want you to understand when I make claims, because I back up my claims and I really think I'm right. I don't believe that this bear market is over. We haven't seen the bottom in Bitcoin or anything else. The damage has been done. We will pay for all the stupid stuff we have done, not only in America, but around the globe. And it's not going to be a soft landing. It's just now starting to show itself. But guys, we're going to wake up probably in 2023, might roll into 2024. I don't know. And something broke. Now, that doesn't mean that we can't get a triple rally from here. I have no doubt we're not going to all-time highs. This is not the start of a substantial bull run. It may turn into a slight bull run, and maybe, I don't know, Bitcoin somehow, some way gets to like 42,000, but it's not going to take out its old high, and this is not the start of a bull run, in my opinion, for whatever that's worth. So, that being said, guys, educate yourself on projects like this. Get all the information you can. That's what I highly recommend. The more informed you are, the more confidence you're going to have. If something breaks, or when and if something breaks, you can start stacking. In one of my bags that I'm going to run to when something breaks and this goes down to the low of this bear market, I'm going to stack me some HBAR. Anyway, guys, I know I'm rambling on, but this was a very, very positive month for HBAR, and it's not even over. Guys, I'm telling you, they're firing on all cylinders. The developers are happy. They're growing. The ecosystem is absolutely exploding, and that's what you want to see, because I'm telling you, the price catches up with all the hard work, and this is a powerhouse project. It's got the governing board, guys. The way it turns over, it's beautiful. I love everything about the corporate setup. Now, in a perfect world, we wouldn't be riding the coattails or trying to front run corporate America. Wish they didn't have anything to do with crypto, but they do, and I want to front run them. But one of the wonderful things about it is, guys, no one dominates that governing board. And I think it's a 3-year term, and you can do 2 of those. After 6 years, they bring in other powerhouses. That's the cool thing. So when you have big names, like Google and Boeing or whoever, well, guys, they're going to be out. So they bring in and get all that attention. And when they build projects on top of HBAR, the world is watching. And so then you get another corporation. It's never going to stop over time. The way they set up their governing board is absolute brilliant. Anyway, guys, that's all I got. Let me know what you think in the comments section. And if you haven't subscribed, please do so. Hit that like button. And either way, guys, come back and be part of this community, because we're going to take advantage and have the knowledge to take advantage of the next bull run, and it's going to be explosive. We got a couple of things that are going to line up, and once we get that regulation, then we'll see projects like this absolutely explode, in my opinion. Do your research, and I think you'll agree with me, but it's not financial advice. That's all I got for you guys. Take care, share this, and come back and be part of this community.